Good morning. So I'm Monica, as you know, and this is Breathe and Flow. So I woke up today feeling more hopeful and more optimistic, but this has been a really challenging, sad, difficult week. So I thought today our theme would be finding your footing. So placing yourself on to the support of the earth and then using that foundation to open up and radiate from within. Okay, so we're going to start standing today. So please come to stand on your mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. So take a moment here, take your time to find your footing. Feel your feet and your hip width distance apart. Feel your upper shins moving back, inner thighs roll in to widen the low back, and then without overarching, send your tailbone down. Lift and spread your toes if it helps you to find your feet. Feel for keeping that lift in the arch and then spreading your toes back down to the ground. Once you have your pelvis and legs and feet steady, bring your belly back towards your spine, low ribs back, shoulders back, ears right over your shoulders. Take a moment here and begin to expand your breath, feeling the sense of opening up, finding the steady support of your legs and your feet into the ground as you stand down and rise through the crown of the head. Feel yourself filling your whole torso three-dimensionally with your breath. If you'd like to take a pranayama with me, today we'll take Dirjya pranayama, often translated as three-part breath, but actually Dirjya means long. So if you don't know it, it's an inhale into the belly, hold, inhale into the ribs, hold, inhale to the roof of the mouth, hold, and then exhale through the nose, let it all go. So if you haven't already begun, please exhale, inhale into the belly, hold, into the ribs, hold, into the roof of the mouth, all the way through the chest, hold, and exhale, let it all go. Wherever you are, we'll take this a few more times with our own breath. Feel for filling up the torso in segments, slowing the breath down. Maybe in that brief hold, you find more capacity for your breath. Don't lose the support of your feet. Keep grounding down through the feet. Make sure you're not walking out your knees. To find this steadiness, but a little bit of give, a little bit of bounce, to allow you to root without gripping and to rise from that natural lift. Please take one more round of Dirjya pranayama if you're still breathing with me, or just take a slow, steady breath of your own. As you've completed that, we'll move into half sun salutation. So inhale to sweep the arms up. Maybe find a little back bend. And as you exhale, bend in the knees, fold forward. Inhale to halfway lift, hands to shins. And exhale, fold all the way down. Your inhale will bring you back up. And then dive into another round with your own breath. Keep finding the support of your feet, grounding down into the mat. Lift through the arches, find that gentle bend in the knees, which allows you to open up from a place not of gripping or tensing, but from the natural support of your feet. Pressing into the earth. Please finish whatever round you're on as you're ready. And then from here, we'll move into trident pose. So you can have your feet hip width distance, or more challenging will be inner edges of the feet together. So from here, please bring your arms into cactus or bull pose. And then as you inhale, arch back, sending tailbone down, finding the bend in the upper back. And as you exhale, bring the palms together, hollow or round. So every inhale, squeeze your glutes, tailbone moves down, inner thigh spin back, bend more in the upper back, and then exhale, come into the rounding, tail will slightly lift. Keep finding this opening through the heart, opening through the whole spine, even dipping back of the head back as you arch. Using this like a cat-cow type of warm-up to radiate the heart from the strength of your spine. Take one more. And the next time you round, you can bring hands to heart center. Moving to Indudalasana, standing crescent. So feet can still be touching, or you can move back to hip width. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. Pull up through your fingertips and then side bend over to your left. I think I'm confused by the mirroring. So you know where to go. So side bend over. Keep grounding through the feet. Lift and spread the toes here. See if that gives you a little more support to maybe bend a little bit deeper. Take 2 more breaths here. Try to open through the heart rather than collapsing. And as you're ready, come back up, switch sides. You know where to go. So keep the soft edges in the feet, pressing down through the feet without gripping. And then use that to bend a little bit deeper over to the side. Maybe lift and spread those toes, find even a little more length, which will allow you to bend more deeply. Don't collapse through the heart, send that top shoulder back. Take one more breath in. And as you're ready, come back up. Reach up through both arms, pull low ribs and low belly back, and then exhale, fold down. So you're in a forward fold here. Inhale to sweep yourself up, halfway lift, and exhale, fold back down. Inhale, come all the way back up. And from here, we'll step into a wide-legged forward fold. So your wrists are roughly over your ankles, toes point forward. Spin your inner thighs back even here, and then send tailbone down to balance that action. Bring hands to the hips, don't lock the knees, please. And as you exhale, send yourself forward and down, hinging from the hips. Please bring your left palm right in front of your face. Make sure your weight isn't shifting back. If it is, send it more towards the toes. Sweep your right arm up to the sky, and then bring the right palm onto your sacrum, base of your spine. From here, feel for keeping the pelvis level. So your right hip is probably trying to lift. Send that right hip down, left hip up, and then twist over to your right. So you're not going to get very far. That might be one of the frustrations of this pose. But stay with the subtle sensations of that pelvis being level, feet pressing into the ground. Take 2 more breaths here. Really feel as if you could rest a cup of tea on the back of your sacrum. Keep it that steady. And then on your next inhale, keep your pelvis and sacrum exactly where they are. Sweep that right arm up to the sky. Counter twist. So your hand isn't there anymore. So feel that levelness and then sweep that right arm through for outer left thigh, shin, not the knee, but whatever you've got. From here, you can begin to egg beater yourself, twisting around, peeking under that left armpit, but keep that pelvis steady. Keep feet steady, soft bend in the knees, twisting from the belly, not the hips. Take one more breath here. And as you're ready, come back through center, switch sides. So this time your right palm will come right down in front of your face. Shift your weight forward if it's tipped back. Lift left arm to the sky, and even here, see if you can find your pelvis level before you even bring your palm there. So make any adjustments that you need and bring that left palm onto the sacrum. Press down through the hand, down through the feet. Begin to twist the belly, but not the hips, up towards the left. Keep finding the support of your feet. Maybe even lift and spread the toes, finding more space in your arches to ascend your hips towards your hand. Take 2 more breaths here. As you're ready, keep that pelvis steady. Lift left arm up to the sky, swoosh it through, and then grab onto that outer right thigh, right shin, whatever you want. And then keep the pelvis steady, pull yourself through. I believe Anna Forrest calls this egg beater pose. So imagine yourself like, I don't know, like a little beater on a mixer, I guess. The spiral reaction, to peek under that right armpit. Take one more breath in and out. Then as you're ready, come back up. Whew. Bring hands to your hips and roll yourself back up. Heel toe your feet together, or get feet together however you like. From here, we'll sweep ourselves up one more time. Exhale, fold down, and then we'll come to hands and knees. So from hands and knees, please take a few rounds of cat-cow just to rinse out the spine. So notice how this feels different from that trident pose in the beginning of class. So notice what it's like if you initiate the movement from the tail lifting versus the belly moving towards spine versus that hollowing and arching in the upper back. Notice how those might produce different qualities for you. Okay. As you're ready, please press yourself up and back for downward facing dog. First down dog of the day, find your support, press into the hands, find the inner edge heavy, it tends to lift, and then roll your weight towards the outer edge of the hand, which will open the chest, maybe allow chest to descend towards the thighs. So keep pressing through both edges of the hands, almost finding this corkscrew-like action of pressing into the inner edge and then out into the pinky side edge. Lighting up both sides of the arms. That feels so good to me. As you're ready, take 2 more breaths here. Play with whatever you would like to play with to find your support. And then on your next exhale, shift forward, high plank. Again, find your support, so pull belly towards your spine, dome up through the upper back, reach back through the heels, out through the head. So good. And take 2 more breaths here. Knees can always be down. If you're feeling any slumping in your shoulders, please drop your knees. On your next exhale, shift forward. Lower yourself down into cobra, onto the floor, and then bring your hands outside your ribs, untuck the toes, cobra. So again, find the support, press inner edges of hands down, And then press also through the outer edges to roll your heart open, shoulders back. Squeeze your glutes. Don't lose that connection with the top of the feet. Curl the head back, curl belly back towards spine. Use everything that's on the ground to pull yourself up and through. Take one more breath here. And as you're ready, come back down. We'll set up for half frog. So come with your elbows under your shoulders and take your left lower arm at a diagonal. Bend your right knee and then reach back for preferably the inner edge of the foot or top. Outer edge is fine if that's what you've got. So grab your foot, pull that right knee in towards the midline. It's going to try to go wide, and then bring that right heel towards outer right hip. Torso will turn up, turn it back towards the top of your mat as best you can. Don't lose the support of the left forearm. Press down, maybe lift a little higher. Even pressing into the top of that left foot, left thigh to lift yourself up. Curl the head back, open the heart. Take one more breath. As you're ready, lower back down, release. We've got one more side. So take that right forearm, add a diagonal, bend that left knee, reach back for that left foot, and then snuggle that left knee in towards the midline. Begin to turn torso back towards the front as you bring left heel to outer left hip. Press down through that right forearm, down through right top of the foot. Lift yourself a little bit higher. Lift belly up off the mat, bit sagging. Take two more breaths. As you're ready, come back out and then press yourself gently, slowly, kindly to hands and knees. Let's take two cat-cows just to rinse out the spine. Okay, as you're ready, from here, we're moving into gate pose. So please take your right foot, tuck both toes, and send that right foot out at about 45 degrees. Take left foot, stamp it down long, and then leave right hand on the ground, left hand to left hip. Spin yourself up, and then reach up and over, making one long line through the whole left side. Find the stability of that foot. Maybe it allows you to lift a little more through those fingertips. If you want to challenge, you can lift that right foot and knee up off the ground. Woo. Take one more breath wherever you are. Keep your feet where they are. Bring left hand to left hip, and then pull yourself up to kneeling. Make sure you don't need to adjust anything. And I'm personally moving my right foot out a little bit, so it's more at a 90. And then from here, you can begin to reach that left fingertips down towards shin or thigh, and then reach up and over for a counter stretch. Move that bottom left shoulder back, giving yourself more space to radiate open. Squeeze your glutes here, especially on the left. Use your glutes to corset up your foundation, corset up your belly. Keep it tight. Maybe give yourself a little more foundation to bend over to the left. As you're ready, come back up. Maybe clap for the fun of it. And then come back to hands and knees. We've got one more side. So this time your left foot will swing out at a 45-degree, right foot stamps down. Right hand to right hip, dial yourself open, and then stamp down into that foot so much that you can windmill that top right arm up and over. Don't lose the support of either foot or even that left knee. Use the press to open yourself up. If you want more, bless you, please lift that left leg and foot up off the mat. So much work needs to be done in that right foot to accommodate this. Take one more breath in. And then on your next inhale, hand to hip, zoop, come on up. I'm personally finding it helps to have more of a 90 degree, so I'm moving that left foot over, stamp down into that right foot, really get it down, and then reach out for that right hand on right thigh or shin, and then you can windmill yourself over. Or gate pose. Think about what it's like to open or close a gate. Gates lock into place. So really press down through your feet, down through even that left knee. Use that locking to open yourself up. Take one more breath in, and then zoop, come back up. Maybe a cheerleader clap, and then come back to hands and knees. All right, friends. If you want a blanket for a low lunge, grab it now. Please step your right foot forward outside your right hand. So right foot is outside right hand. Pick up your left knee, tuck the toes, walk that knee back, just a knee print. From here, we're moving dynamically. Inhale will bring you into a low lunge. Knee can move past ankle. And then exhale, come back onto that right heel, coming into a half split. So keep that knee pointed straight forward, right knee the whole time. As you move between these two positions, using this time to open up. Really use the support of the back left toes tucked onto the mat, or you can try untucked and really pressing that foot down. I find I get more integration from the tucked toes. It charges up my leg more. Keep feeling out your hip on the right as you move between these two positions. Maybe you stay in the lunge for a breath. Maybe you stay back in a half split. We'll take a few more breaths here. Just explore. As you're ready, the next time you come into the lunge, you can gently, slowly walk that foot back, and then we'll step to switch. So left hand outside of left foot. Take the time to wiggle it up, get it to where it wants to be. Pick up your right knee, walk it back, tuck those toes, just so you're not directly on the kneecap, you're more on the thigh. As you inhale, lunge it forward. As you exhale, come on back, tucking those toes towards your face as you exhale. So really feeling out how you can have the stability to open the hip here. Open the back of the thigh. Finding your footing now is more, your hands are acting as your feet. So use the press of the hands into the mat to really open yourself up. And take a couple more breaths. Just enjoy whatever you've got here. Maybe stay in one pose or the other for a full cycle of breath, finding support in the steadiness and in the motion. And then as you're ready, you can return to this lunge. You can step that left foot back, and then we'll all meet up in downward facing dog. From here, we'll shift forward into plank, high push up, and then on your next inhale, hips up to the sky, down dog. Exhale, roll forward into plank, hold for a moment, pull belly towards spine, lift up through the back of the heart, and then inhale, return to your dog. Take two more with your own breath, just finding the steadiness, finding out how long you need to make this adjustment between the two poses. Maybe instead of inhaling and exhaling, you take a full breath in both sides of the pose, thinking this is one continuous motion. And then as you're ready, we'll return to down dog. If you've got a blanket, you can swish it out of the way for now. And then as you're ready, we'll lift our right leg up to the sky. Please step it through the hands, coming into a high lunge. So before you lift your hands, just find your footing. Find the stability of that right knee of our ankle, feet hugging towards each other. You can walk that left foot back, 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 till the heel is over the ball of the foot. If you're feeling super wobbly, you can widen left to right. And then please bring your hands onto your hips. Press down into the pelvis, and then make any adjustments that you need. Pulling that right hip back, lifting back left inner thigh up. Press down through the pelvis, stabilize through the feet and the legs, and then begin to curl up or back, back, like we're doing in trident pose. Keep pressing down through the pelvis, lifting up through the heart, curling the head back. And if you'd like, you can release your arms to the sky, thumbs point behind you, or keep the hands on the hips. Let's take one more breath here. Then as you're ready, we're going to transition to warrior three. So begin to bend that back left knee, spring off those toes, and then tilt torso forward, lifting back left inner thigh up to the sky. Hands can stay on hips, bring them to the thigh, release them in front of you or behind you. So many options. So keep spinning that left hip down, lifting from the back left inner thigh, up, 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 up. If your right foot is gripping, try to relax it. See if it can just spread out into the earth. Take one more breath here. And as you exhale, step back, come back into the high lunge. Make all the adjustments you need. Find your footing again. And we'll take one more breath here. On your next inhale, lower your hands to the ground. Return to down dog. Check out your legs left to right. My right leg feels new. Hope yours does too. Then as you're ready, lift your left leg up to the sky, step it through the hands, and then as you found your footing, making all the adjustments you need, come up to high lunge. Hands on hips to start. Hug the inner edges of the feet together. Pull left hip back, spin back right upper inner thigh up to the ceiling. You know what we're doing. Press down into the pelvis. Lift your torso up out of the bottom half of you. And then begin to curl back in the upper back. And squeeze your glutes on both sides so that the back bend is more in the upper back which is the least mobile part of our spine. So we want to just make sure that's also open. Low back bends easily, upper back not quite as willing. You can release your arms, thumbs behind you. Keep low ribs, low belly back. You decide where you would like to be. As you're ready, come back up through center. Bend into that back knee. Spring up. And then head into warrior three. So spin that right hip down so the toes point straight down. And then find that lift through back, right, upper, inner thigh. I'm finding hands on my thigh, above the knee, not on the knee. Super helpful here to traction out my torso. Wherever you are, take 2 more breaths. Encourage that foot to relax and spread. And as you're ready, step it back, find your footing, adjust, high lunge. We'll be in whatever form of high lunge you prefer for 2 more breaths. As you've completed that, you can inhale, place palms back on the ground, down dog. From here, friends, please shift forward into plank. Lift belly, lift upper back, traction back through the heels, back through the up through the crown of the head, and then exhale, lower on down. We'll set up for Sphinx. You have elbows under shoulders, arms are shoulder width distance apart. Press into the tops of the feet, press into all 4 corners of the hands. Feel how sending the weight into the thumb side edge of the hand will give you more opening in the upper back. Balance that by sending weight into the pinky side edge, opening the front of the chest. As you're ready, squeeze your glutes, press into the hands and the feet. Maybe lift elbows as you curl the heart forward, head goes back. We'll take a few sweet breaths here. If you'd even like to take Dirjya Pranayama, you could try that here. It's harder with the belly hanging like this. So just notice how you can slow the breath down, lengthen it, fill up the volume of the breath. As you're ready, we begin to release down to the ground. We'll place our palms beside our chest and push ourselves back up, down dog. Take a moment in down dog, or you could drop to child's pose if you'd like a little break. Maybe pedal out the feet. Check out what's going on in your body and your breath. As you feel ready to rejoin, please walk your hands and feet to meet each other at the middle of your mat, forward fold. Take a moment here. If you're feeling adventurous, maybe you'll step onto your hands, bringing your toes up to your wrist crease. For this bound version of the fold, finding your footing here, noticing how you can use the support of the feet to really realign the legs, realign how you're hanging. On your next inhale, bring hands to your hips and roll yourself back up. Okay, step to the top of your mat, please. And then from here, we'll step our left foot back, setting up for warrior one. So left foot back, toes are at a diagonal. Find out your footing. Bend into the right knee. Maybe you widen left to right to get those hips square towards the front of the mat. I always find this pose requires a lot of wiggling. So wiggle as much as you like. Feel the back left foot rooted down into the earth on inner and outer edge. If low ribs and low belly are sagging, pull them back. Okay. As you feel like you have the support beneath you, you can lift arms up to the sky. Thumbs can point back behind you. Keep using the press of that back left foot to spin back left inner upper thigh back behind you. This will widen the low back. Maybe even letting you descend a little bit more deeply into that front right knee. Don't lose the support of either foot here in this weird asymmetrical posture. Feel for how you can balance, having weight in the left and the right foot. Feel for how you can press the feet down to lift up out of the pelvis. Let's take 2 more breaths now that we've found all the glory of Warrior One. As you're ready, bring hands to hips, straighten that front leg. If you were longer in your Warrior One, I have a tendency to be too short. You may want to hop that heel in, moving into pyramid pose. And bring your hands to your hips, press down through both feet, really get the back edge, pinky side edge of that left foot anchored. Begin to hinge from the hips, come on down. You may reach for blocks. You may reach for your own shin, even your thigh, bending elbows back behind you. Grab something and then spin your belly as if belly button could line up with the middle of that right leg. Keep sending that right hip back in space. It's going to try to shoot forward. And keep finding the support to lengthen forward. Maybe descend a little deeper. The more you press down, the more opportunity you have to lift up and to open. We'll take 1 more breath. And as you're ready, we're moving into revolved triangle, everyone's favorite pose. So take your left hand to either the inside edge of that left thigh, floor, or more difficult, outside pinky toe edge. And then pull that right hip back. You can even take your thumb into your hip crease, pull it back. Check out your feet. Anchor them down and then revolve from the belly over to your right. Maybe lift that right arm up or keep it on that hip to keep pulling it gently back. Okay, take 2 more breaths, please. You've got this. And as you're ready, bend that front knee. Yay! Warrior down dog. Ooh. Check out your right leg. Mine feels renewed again. And then shift forward into plank. Lower down. Take cobra, sphinx, whatever you like. Rinsing out the spine with the back bend, squeeze your glutes, press down into the hands, inner edge, and then outer edge to open the heart. Press down into the tops of the feet. Curl back for 1 more breath. As you're ready, pull yourself forward and down. Down dog. Okay, walk your hands up or feet to your hands, forward fold. Bring your hands to your hips, roll yourself back up. We have 1 more side. So step that right foot back about 3 feet or a leg length. Square your hips towards the top of the mat. Bend into that left knee, maybe widen left to right so that you have space to square the torso. Press down into that back foot, inner edge, and then outer edge. Bend into the front knee, maybe wiggle it more forward. As you feel steady, spin left upper inner thigh back to widen the low back. If you feel like you're overarching, send tailbone down, send low ribs, low belly back, corset up your core muscles. And then as you feel stable, then lift your arms. Make the arms like the frosting on a cake. So get the cake made and then add whatever you like for decoration. So send shoulders down the back, thumbs point back behind you. Make your frosting decorative, really pretty. We'll be here for a few more breaths. Keep sinking down in the pelvis. Maybe even get a little more lift into the torso. Don't lose that connection with the feet. It tends to sort of unwind to the right. So keep spinning that back inner thigh up and back. Keep pressing through the whole back of that right foot. Bending into the left knee for one more breath. As you're ready, straighten that front leg. You may want to hop that back foot in a little bit if you were long in your warrior. And then square those hips as if you could square the belly button over that front leg. Don't lock the knee, but bring your hands to your hips. Windmill yourself down, 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 down. Grab onto something. Floor, block, leg, thigh, or pyramid. The Sanskrit for pyramid is not pyramid, it's side stretched out pose. So use the support of the feet pressing down to make your torso longer, which will give you more space to fold. So as you fold, you tend to crinkle up. So then lengthen, 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 refold. We'll do this for 2 more breaths. And then you know what's coming. Revolve triangle. So right hand to inside edge of that foot, shin, even outside edge if you've got that flexibility. Left thumb into left hip crease, pull that hip crease back. Maybe you open the arm, maybe not. You decide how you can press down into the feet and then really press into that back and front foot. Revolve a little bit more. Let's take 2 more breaths. You've got this. As you're ready, bend into that knee. Come back to child's pose. Taking a break as we wind down. The knees come wide, sit back onto your heels. Walk the hands out, out, out. Press fingertips forward and down so much that it lifts through the armpits. Charging up the press of the hands to lift the upper back, open back of the heart. Pull belly towards spine and then center tailbone long behind you. So you've got fingertips pressing down and forward, lifting the arms, lifting through the armpits. Tailbone back behind you, as if you could stretch yourself in 2 directions at once. Do this intentionally. We often pull ourselves apart in ways we're not conscious of. So do this as an exercise and committing to sending yourself back and forward at the same time. Take 1 more breath. And as you're ready, come back up, hands and knees, and then we're going to make a little heart bench. I did not tell you to have a blanket, but hopefully you have some kind of something nearby. So if you have a blanket like this, you can fold it once and then come back. This will be more mellow. If you have a blanket that doesn't really fold well or you want more, you can unfold it and make a roll. The fatter the roll, the more intense. So roll lengthwise if you want less, widthwise if you want more. Then that will come across the mat. Shoulder blades will come onto that, and then you can lay back with arms and goalposts. So that will be a little more intense than just having it along the length of your whole spine. So you decide where you would like to be, settle in, and find a shape that feels relatively comfortable. Find a shape where you can find the support of the ground. As legs stretch long in front of you, maybe flex your toes back towards your face. Activate your legs. Feel yourself rooted, grounded, and integrated here. Open from that place of integration rather than just jamming your heart up and out. We'll be here for a few more moments, so just allow yourself to settle. Maybe lift the corners of your mouth. Maybe take a few rounds of Dirjya Pranayama, or even just exhaling through an open mouth to release. Settle into the support that you've built for yourself. Please take 3 more breaths wherever you are. And as you've completed that, please roll off to either side, remove that support, and just come to lie on your back. Bring the soles of the feet into the earth, and then bring your arms into cactus or goalpost. Please pick up your right foot, cross right foot over left ankle. Flex those right toes back towards your face. We're going to do this with the left foot down, which I've learned will stretch the psoas because it will lengthen the space between the thigh bone and the hip. So just send your right knee away from you. You should feel a stretch in the right outer hip. So keep flexing those right toes, ground the shoulder blades, backs of the arms, backs of the hands, back of the head into the ground. As you press into the left foot, send the right knee away from you. Find a full breath through the belly. This actually, I find it more active because you really have to anchor through that left foot to send that right knee away from you. In some ways, it is a little stronger than hugging that left thigh in. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then as you're ready, release right foot down to the floor. Pick up the left ankle, cross it outside the right knee, flex those left toes back towards your face. You know what to do. Send that left knee away from you. Press into the right foot. Activate both legs. Activate that outer left hip. Send upper body solid down into the support of the ground beneath you. Back of the palms, upper arms, lower arms, back of the head. Maybe that even allows you pressing the upper body down to find a little lift in the chest. Keep pressing down through right foot and left knee away for 2 more breaths. And as you're ready, gently release. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe rock side to side or find stillness. Then as you're ready, palms onto the front of the shins. Bring your knees to either side of your body. So you're just sending the shins and legs down to the ground outside the edges of your torso. Take one more breath here. And then as you're ready, bring knees back through center. Do your favorite supine twist, bringing your arms into cactus, or just let your knees drop over to the right. Maybe snuggle those knees up towards your armpits. Maybe take your right ankle onto the top of that left outer thigh, tractioning that left thigh long. Or you do whatever you know that you love to do here. Find more space on the left side of the body wherever you've landed. The support of the floor, how can you balloon your breath into the structure beneath you? As you're ready, come up through center, unwind, and then send your left knees, or both knees, over to the left. Tuck the knees up towards the armpits. Maybe bring that bottom left ankle over that right outer knee, sending the right side of the body long, right hip away from you. Just keep the knees towards a stack, your choice. Balloon the breath down into the ground. Finding more capacity to expand, more capacity to receive, to extinguish, to let go. More space all around. As you're ready, come back up through center. Maybe hug the knees in one more time. And as you're ready, you can release the legs long, coming into Shavasana. If you prefer Shavasana in a heart bench, legs up the wall, or in some other shape, please do what you need to do. Otherwise, just feel yourself melting down into the mat, down into the support beneath you. Find your footing one last time. If you're on your back, maybe flex the toes back towards your face. Have this sense of integration of standing on the wall in front of you. Take one more breath here, and then exhale, let yourself flop, letting all your effort go. Allow your jaw and tongue to slacken. Maybe relax the muscles in your face, allowing the eyes to just soften and recede, even letting eardrums grow heavy in your skull. Take this time to just appreciate any sensations that you notice, knowing that you put in the time to commit to your practice and just allowing yourself to rest. Shavasana, final rest. Please bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Slowly begin to deepen the breath, feeling this rise and fall of both hands. Knowing that we need the support of our core, of the essence of our being to open from the heart. As you're ready, you can roll off to either side and return to a comfortable seat. eyes closed or gaze soft. May each of us find the internal connection that allows us to stay solid, to stay grounded, and to stay open from a place of true connection with all of us. Peace.